of talk about how the game started and falling to that big of a deficit early?
Yeah, that's when you do that, you put yourself in a hole and you put yourself in a position that no matter how hard you fight, no matter how good things you do in the back end, it's hard to come out of that against a good team like they are. And we start off that first drive moving, have that turnover, and then after that, a couple of more. And as you just said, you put yourself back like that. It's a good team we're playing. It's hard to come all the way back from that and get on top.
What did you see in the fourth quarter, which you guys are making a comeback at 31-17, and you had that one there?
I mean, I think I saw what everyone saw. Seeing a guy very handsy, mugged, throwing it, pretty sure it's going to get a call or something comes out of that, and it doesn't, move on.
Amari was asked about his career-high receiving yardage, and first thing that he said was the drop early that resulted in interception and ultimately a touchdown. You had a career-high day as well. For you, what stands out?
Follow Amari right there. I had three interceptions. I don't care how many yards I had or anything else like that. 3 interceptions on a loss. I don't care what career high I have. None of that matters. And Amari's saying that, I think, is an example of a lot of guys in our locker room, a lot of guys in our team who look in the mirror before they point fingers. And as long as we have those type of guys on our team, we're going to be fine. We're going to keep getting better. We're going to be able to take things like this, take them on the chin, learn from them, and get better because of it, simply because of that attitude.
5 weeks after the season, who do you think you guys stand as a team?
Yeah, I mean, a team that's got to get better and got to start fast on offense. Got to play better complementary football than we have these last 2 weeks. And but there's a lot of football to be played. Definitely a lot of football to be played. A lot of plays to be made. And we're not shy of making them. We're not backing down. As I said, we'll take this one on the chin. We're gonna take the good, take the bad. We're gonna learn from it, and hopefully we'll look back at this and say this was a turning point, or this was good for us.
As the quarterback and the leader after Amari has that kind of drop, what do you say to him? Or
I mean, I could have put the ball two more inches in front of him, or whatever it is. That's a great player. I mean, sure, he had that drop, but you go back and you look at the rest of the game, the plays he's making, the catches he's making, catches that double move and makes 2 guys miss on the sideline. You tell him let it go, so he can come back and do exactly what he just did. And we have those type of players that we're not going to sit there and hound on one mistake, because we know that they're very prideful in that, and they're going to look in the mirror and blame themselves first before they say, hey, Dak threw that a little bit behind me. Yeah, simply that right there. Tap him on the back and say, let's go. You'll put it behind you, as he did.
On that third interception, Michael Gallup seemed to be pretty thoroughly mugged, but there was no flag. What did you see on that play? And was that contact something that you saw before releasing?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think you look around the league, a lot of quarterbacks, when they see something like that, they throw it that way to make sure, hey, throw that flag there. But as I said, it didn't happen, and you have to move on.
Dak, how do you take what y'all did in the fourth quarter and make sure you do it in 1, 2, and 3 next time?
Yeah, we don't necessarily have to have our backs against the wall to play like we did. We've got to figure out whatever it is, find out the way, or find out whatever it is to start the game like that. And when we find that, it's going to be dangerous. But until then, that's the goal, and that's what we've got to work to get to.
You've always been a guy who takes good care of the ball and doesn't risk it very often. Why not so much today? Was it just the pressure that they created, or defensive secondary looks they gave you?
I mean, we've talked about 2 of them, 2 of the interceptions. I'd say the second one was definitely my fault, just trying to fit a throw in there that I had no business. Could have just thrown it to the back. Yeah, I mean, I pride myself on taking care of the ball. So when you get back in the locker room and you have a game like this and you've thrown 3 interceptions, it's not a good feeling, but I promise you I'll get better because of it.
As a team, it's a loss, but when you look at the film, what do you think your guys are going to be proud about?
Obviously, yeah, just the way that we fought, just the effort that we gave, the way we played when we had no other choice but to go forward. And as I said, that's what we've got to figure out, how to do that from the very beginning. But this team's full of fight, full of character, and it all showed that we're not going to give up. We don't care what the scoreboard is. We're going to focus in. We care about each other. A bunch of unselfish men that want to see each other succeed. And I guarantee I'm not the only one that has this feeling. I know everyone in that locker room does. And we're going to go home, do whatever it is, but then we come in tomorrow, turn the page, and become a better team.
Your coach is a guy who doesn't show a lot of emotion publicly. He does to you guys, but what were your thoughts on the penalty that he got and how you guys seemingly responded after that.
Yeah, I mean, we've got our coaches back. I don't want to say too much on that. That's a guy being passionate about his team, passionate about a play. I think all I saw was him, hey, here's the challenge flag, and I know that's a catch, and a flag comes after that. Yeah, I just got to be careful what I say.
Moving away from the flag, what did you see on Amari's catch? And
Yeah, what a great catch. I mean, one of his other brilliant plays in the second half or later in the game of just, I mean, I didn't know if he got the second foot down or not, but the way he came back and he was signaling I got it, and the way the crowd reacted when they saw the instant replay, I mean, it's nothing short of what he always does.
What do you say about this team, what people are saying about this team? Your first 3 wins against teams with losing records. Your 2 losses against the only 2 teams you played with winning records. Does that tell a story about this team or what?
No, not at all. I can say that sure we might have sniffed ourselves a little bit too much, and that's why I say we take these last 2 games and especially this one and say, hey, we probably needed that, right? We probably needed that, and we're gonna get better because of it. That's why I said maybe we'll look back at this 4 or 5 games later, or how many other games it is, and say that was good for us because we became the team that we are now. And the minute we have in the locker room, there's no doubt in my mind that's what we'll do.
Did the Packers throw anything at you defensively in that first half you weren't expecting that?
No, not at all.
How much is there a self-inflicted component to these 2 losses?
Yeah, a
If you don't-
bunch.
if you don't
A
look
bunch.
together, yeah.
Yeah, a bunch. I mean, we're not only playing the other team right now, we're playing ourselves these last 2 games. And when you're doing that, it's very, very hard. It's hard to get things going. It's hard to get in the groove. And it's hard to come back from a deficit like we put ourselves in. So as I said, we'll figure out of how not to do that, get out of our own way, and be successful early, and it'll turn into some wins as we get going.
was today just another example of how much Michael Gallup is, developing and earning your trust?
Yeah, he's got my trust. There's no doubt about that. The look in his eye when I haven't thrown him the ball yet and we're talking about things, or after I do throw him the ball, he makes a great catch on that slant. It's like, hey, come to me. That's a guy that wants the ball. It's a guy that wants to make plays. It's a guy that wants to help this team win in any form or fashion that he can. And that's a bunch of guys that we have on this team. So as I said, as I always would say, proud to be quarterback of this team. I have no doubt in my mind of what we're going to do moving forward.
How's he as a communicator when, it's been X period into a game and he hasn't really gotten the targets? Does he tell you, like, I'm open here, I'm open there, or anything along those lines?
No, I mean, I've got a good I guess, feel on reading people. He doesn't have to say much. I can see it. But as I said, once you throw it to him and he gets that first catch, that look he gives you kind of says it. Hey, I'm ready. Let's go. And that's all of our guys.
Howard Smith being out and then Lyle Collins going out during the game, how did that impact what you were doing as far as protection-wise? Did you need to keep some guys back at some point?
No, we didn't. We didn't say, hey, Zeke, stay in, or hey, tight end, stay in here more to help these guys out. Excuse me, nothing like that. Trusting those guys, and I think obviously we got to go back and look at the film, but they fought their tails off just like everyone else did, and did what they had to.
Dak, when you said sniffing too much, was it stuff that the media was saying about the team?
No,
or
not
fan?
at all. Yeah, I mean, no, not at all. It's I don't think this team necessarily listens to the media. If we did, we'd be in trouble. We'd have been in trouble a long time ago. So definitely not that. I'd just say just the early success we had, the way we were doing things on offense, the way defense was shutting teams down. Yeah, I mean, I think that was just that. We know we're a good team, and I'm not taking that away and not saying that we're not. We know we're a really, really good team, and we're confident in the players we have. We're confident in what we can do. But sometimes you have to know that that it's the work that gets the wins. It's not the talent. It's not the camaraderie, but it's the work. It's how you come to work each and every day, disciplined, detailed, and that turns into wins. So we'll do that.
Dak, is it kind of the old saying, win's never as good as it looks and a loss is never as bad as it looks?
Yeah, I sure hope so. I mean, I haven't watched the film, so I can't second you on that, but I sure hope so. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Dak.